In 2013, a creepypasta written by Slimebeast made its face known to the world. One that has sparked the imagination of many horror fans, inspiring many a spin-off like a Five Nights at Freddy's clone, Five Nights at Treasure Island. But, is there any truth to the tale of the land where Disney left it to rot? Or is it all fabrication? Today we'll be looking into the history of the internet's most infamous creepypastas, abandoned by Disney. Before we talk about the unspinning of this web, we must tell the tale that has been written. For this, I will be giving a summary of the events that has happened, but links will be provided in the description if you want to hear the story in its entirety. We are given information about an island on the Bahamas and told about something that Disney tried to keep secret. A place called Mowgli's Palace. This jungle-themed resort was built in the 90s, themed around the character from the Jungle Book. The whole theming came under fire, which led to the build being abandoned. This is when the author states how this story inspired them to become an urban explorer. A popular trend for those who visit abandoned places and record the findings in less legal methods. After little luck from the locals, they managed to find the property, which had a hand-painted sign on the gate, which said, "Abandoned by Disney." After exploring, they began to hear something. Something they didn't expect. Voices. After venturing deeper into the complex, they found a door saying mascots only, which was strangely locked. Breaking the rusted lock revealed something different compared to the other parts of the building. There were lights that were flickering and everything was in place, although exposure had taken its hold. Further they ventured, they noticed things were getting a little more and more damp. As they walked and they reached the door for character prep 1. As they entered the darkness, they could not see a thing until a flash, where many costumes could be found, including one lying down like a corpse on the floor, a photo-negative version of Mickey Mouse. Picking up a Donald Duck costume head, they found something they did not expect. A skull. Backing away in shock, they could not comprehend what they were seeing, and as they were trying to get evidence, their camera died. And there it stood, Mickey, who uttered the haunting phrase,
"Wanna see my head, come on?"
The author fled with the last words they saw in that room etched upon the metal. No, torn into the metal. Abandoned by God. Pretty spooky stuff, but is there any truth behind it? In short, yes and no. Disney did have a place called Treasure Island, located on the Great Guana Cay in the Bahamas, but it's not entirely true that Disney is to blame. Disney did not work on the building of this area, but in fact it was a Disney partner called the Premier Cruise Lines.
The official cruise line of Walt Disney World brings you the cruise that comes with a Walt Disney World vacation free. 3 full days include hotel, rental car, and admission to it all, with a luxury 4-night cruise to the Bahamas from Central Florida. Ask your travel agent about Premier Cruise Line's Cruise and Walt Disney World Week, the magic vacation combination.
You see, Premier Cruise Lines wanted to push forward in the 1980s compared to other cruise lines. Rather than have the 40-plus demographic that most cruise lines have, they wanted to focus on bringing the family on cruises, and there was no better partner for their big red ships than the mouse themselves. Premier needed to make their own channel for the ships, as the channel currently was unable to get straight to Baker's Bay. So what did they do? They destroyed a huge line of coral to create a dredging channel. The experience was not unlike you would find in Castaway Cay today, but there was a heavy focus on pirates. It was very popular, and that came the issue. only one ship called the Majestic was able to get there safely through the channel because it was the smallest, and that was even if the weather was good. If not, they wouldn't even go to the island. Majestic went to the island less and less, and it didn't help in 1995 that Disney began work on their own cruise line and the aforementioned Castaway Cay. The Disney Cruise Line continued to be successful while Premier went into bankruptcy. However, the impact still remains as the coral life was completely destroyed, with much work happening to trying to build it back up again. So abandoned by Disney was correct, and Mowgli's Palace was just another one of Disney's mistakes. However, Mowgli's Palace was not a mistake by Disney. Not because they weren't responsible, no. It's because Mowgli's Palace isn't real. There was never an abandoned build by Disney in the Emerald Isle in South Carolina. It was all fictionalised. This tale of bloody costumes and skulls was all a fabrication. However, there is one abandoned place you can see every time you visit Walt Disney World, and that's Discovery Island. Quick note, there was technically two, but River Country's now officially gone.
River country, big river country, if you're hot around the collar, it's a cool place to be.
Not to be confused with the area in Animal Kingdom. This was located on Bay Lake, Walt Disney World, and it opened from 1974 to 1999. Funny enough, when it opened, it was called Treasure Island, but its name changed. It was a bird sanctuary and tropical paradise until Animal Kingdom opened. You see, Discovery Island had birds, rope bridges, gift shops, and a scavenger hunt. And Animal Kingdom was Animal Kingdom. So once it opened, Discovery Island closed down and it was left to rot. Everything left exactly as it was on closing day. We can even see samples of various animals in jars. Unlike other places that urban explorers have documented well, like our boy Buzzy's story, which is a tale we cannot tell for now. Anyway, Discovery Island has barely been stepped upon for one major reason. Its location. Most locations are either a drive away or you can slip a fence, but this is a little harder to get to an island in the middle of Disney's most iconic lake, which has constant security patrolling it. Which hasn't stopped people from trying.
Where's the gentleman? He's still on the island? He's not here?
Orange County deputies are dispatched to Walt Disney World after a camera snapped this photo of a man trespassing in an abandoned theme park. They have no idea the man they're looking for is Richard McGuire.
My girlfriend said, there's no way that you're going to be able to, get on this island.
A YouTube creator from Alabama who would later post online videos of his excursion to Walt Disney World while the resort was closed due to the coronavirus pandemic.
He was later arrested and faced a year in jail for trespassing. So this is not advised to ever do that, especially because of what animals are out there on the lake. After all, some madman did try to swim to the island in 2009, and although they survived, they were quickly picked up by security. Some say the lights on the island remain, and if you look out from the contemporary upon the lake, forever frozen in time as nature has taken over, the only true place that's been abandoned by Disney. Thank you all for watching. This is a subject I want to address for a while after it's been asked about, but if you ever want some more Disney based content, I have a podcast called Disney Matter where we talk about all things from bizarre mysteries to the new releases. If you want to enjoy this and want to see more, make sure to like and subscribe. Anyway, till next time, and boop!